how do contractors learn like which risks they want to handle, which risks they need to insure for? Like, how did that come to play? And if somebody's listening, how can they get better at understanding where those profits, those hidden profits are?
Well, that is why risk management departments exist. Exactly. So, for example, at Turner, within our risk management department, we had claims, legal, insurance, of course, a purchasing, safety. It was all under one umbrella so that somebody could tie all of that together and say, okay, based on these multitude of factors, this is where we take on risk and this is where we don't. And that's a risk management strategy. And so, you know, in the scenario that I just described, I sat with one contractor who said, we are exactly that. We are tremendously good at doing really troubled projects. Anytime a contractor gets kicked off the job, we're the first ones to raise our hand and say, I'll do it, because they're really, really good at it. It's a great business model.
Yeah, I would say that that's something that I've experienced in my time too, and that's something that I know we as a company take great pride in is stepping in and taking on those complex and risky projects. So it is interesting to hear that's an entire business strategy, right? Because I have always heard the money is where the risk is.
And risk is where the money is, right?
Right. That's true. That's true.
So, I was just going to pop in and tie that, actually take it one step further and tie that to innovation. So being innovative about the way you manage risk within your company can make you, can differentiate you as a construction company. So it's pretty innovative to think, well, I'm not just going to buy insurance for every risk I have on a job site. That's an innovative thinking. Somebody thought of that 20 some odd years ago and said, I'm going to take on some risk. What? No, I got it. We're going to take it on. We're not going to buy insurance for it, or we're going to have a large deductible, or we're going to have a captive, or we're going to have some sort of retention that has skin in the game. But don't worry, we're going to do things differently. We are going to innovate our way to making that decision profitable. And that's a form of innovation before innovation was a thing in construction.
No, I like that. And I like how you point out that innovation doesn't necessarily have to be technological, right? It's innovation is a change in the way we do things and a change in the way we think. Yeah. But I am a technologist, so I do like to hear ways, and something that I was thinking through as I was reading through your title and your intro is like, so, you know, you have innovation in there, you have a lot of risk management, you have a technical background. So I thought of it this two ways. Obviously, there are ways now with whatever, all the stuff we know, the technology side to help manage and mitigate risk. But I'm imagining that injects some risk as well, right?
Yeah, sure does. So we've got to look at the risk differently in a lot of different ways. So there's a lot of technologies out there, and you hit the nail on the head. Innovation does not equal tech, but tech can be a subset of innovation. It can also not be innovation at all, by the way. Like, just replacing your, CRM system or replacing your enterprise system is just because that's tech does not necessarily mean it's innovative. When you add a piece of technology to either replace a manual process or enhance a human process or human decision making, you are both mitigating risk and adding risk. And that's why risk management is so dynamic, because when anything changes, you have to reevaluate what risk do we want to keep? What risk do we want to insure? What risk do we want to transfer? And technology is no different. So as technology adoption is rising in construction, we have to consider, okay, I'm going to use a drone to take photos of an exterior wall for quality purposes. Now I'm removing a risk because I'm removing a human from dangling off the building inspecting seals, inspecting sealant. Now you're removing a human, but what are the risks of that? Additional risks of the drone. Suppose it loses battery power and drops and hits somebody in the head, right? I don't know. I'm making this up. But there's additional risks you have to think about. There's privacy issues. There's, all kinds of things that we haven't contemplated yet. And alongside of tech adoption, we have to be considerate of cyber risks. Gosh, even get into that. But as we're mitigating risk with technology, we have to also consider the risks that it's introducing and not be scared off by them. They're just the same as every other business risk we have. The choice is buy insurance for it, keep it, give it to somebody else.